Hello UBC, happy birthday Jonas. This is for you. You wanted to see my collection? I brought just about everything I could think about to show you. Okay, here we go. Gonna scan over, come up on the table. We've got a lot of stuff over here. Gonna do a quick overview. Okay, if you want to take quick peeks, alright. I'll get to each individual item later. Here we have my SCA stuff, armor, rattan weapons, big long rattan pole that I haven't decided what to do with yet. Get back to all that. Oh heck, let's start with this SCA stuff. That's stuff that hasn't been talked about much. This is mostly just armor and the things I use to fight with the SCA. We've got 2 round shields. One of them's a little bit more historically accurate looking because the other one I just whipped together so the wife or friends and I can each one of us can have a shield. And let's see, I'm not going to get all this stuff out and pick it up, otherwise I'll never beat the time limit. I've got my arming jack, which is just a padded shirt. Basically it's got a couple of plates around the bottom of the sleeves to help protect me. Oh, well, that gauntlet's sitting funny. These gauntlets are the oldest piece of armor I have. I've had them for about 19 years. I got them before I started fighting for real. They were the first piece of armor that I acquired, and they've been beaten up like crazy. You can see there's a leather piece in there I had to add in as I grew and got older. They became a little bit too short for me, so I added an extra leather lame in there to extend them a little bit. Like a lot of my armor, they were painted at one point in time in an attempt to prevent rust, so I wouldn't have to polish them and sand them and oil them and take care of them constantly, because I just didn't have the time for a while. Then we come to my leg harnesses. Again, made by myself, with the exception of the actual knee pieces, the pieces that go right around the knee, there and there. Those I actually bought, but I put the leather shin guard pieces and the stainless steel thigh protection pieces. I made those and put them on myself, including all the straps to tie them on me and everything. So these are the remains of my my arm harness. They mismatch because one of them got destroyed, and the one on the left replaced the one that got destroyed beyond repair, and I just had to have something to fight with, so I threw it together. Those are in the process of being replaced. Next I have my beaten up, nasty, ugly old helmet and a brigandine gorget, which is right next to it. The gorget goes around my neck, for those of you who don't know what armor is. And so you got my breastplate, backplate, and spalders. That's breast, back, and shoulder pieces. Yeah, they're made from stop sign aluminum. No, I did not go out and harvest the armor trees. I got these signs legally. There are ways to do it. I'm not going to tell you how, but there are ways to legally do it, and I'll say that working in the Department of Transportation helped. Here I have some rattan swords and a rattan mace. These are what I use on the field to fight in the SCA. I've got 2 single-handed swords with basket hilts, and I've got 1 bastard sword that has kind of become a katana because I put a round Suba guard on it when the cross guard broke, and of course my mace, because I like maces. And it's the head of that is filled with foam and lined with leather to give it a little bit of stiffness, and it's a fun toy. I like fighting with that. Now we're going to get over to the sharper end of things. The more serious weapons are over here. Still a couple of training weapons. I'll get to them first. I'm actually going to come out and introduce them individually. Okay. Let's see, that's not going to work. Let's see, let's try it like that. Alright. First of all, I'm going to go through my ninja gear. I train with the Bujinkan Dojo, and so I have a lot of gear that I use in my Bujinkan Ninjutsu training. Foam hanbo. Hanbo means half staff. Put them together, that'd be a full bow, a rokushaku bow. But they're hanbo, they're 3 feet long, they're foam, they're rubber, okay, whatever, cool. Good for training. This is my bow staff. It's a rokushaku bow. Basically, it's just a 6-foot staff. A shaku is not quite the same as a foot, but it's close enough. This is my real hanbo, my nice hardwood one. Let's see, I've got my Shinai Daisho, my dai and my sho. So we do train with samurai weapons in the Bujinkan. It's not all just ninja. People think there's a difference between ninja and samurai, and the difference is a lot less than people think. Let's see. I've got my shinobi katana, boken, which is very similar to the Chines Oniyuri. It's got about a 25-inch blade, and it's got a 14.5-inch tsuka. I converted this from a traditional boken simply by beefing up the part here that changed from the handle into the blade and wrapping it with string, cord, whatever the stuff is. Let's see, I've got a cold steel rubber knife. I've got my kusari, which is just a weighted chain. That's all it is. I'll tell you what, whew, the thing packs a wallop. Okay, so kusari, and that's all the toys I take with me to my ninja classes. When I'm training at home, when I'm just doing whatever with whomever, I have some sparring blunts. They could be sharpened into live sharps. This is the windless late Spanish arming sword. I actually did sharpen it up and do some cutting for a review a little while back. I have since dulled it again and returned it to a sparring sword. It's not great for that, but it's okay. This is my cold steel Horseman's Broad. Also did a review on it, and it was sharp when I got it. I have since blunted it and turned it into a sparring weapon. It's a much better sparring weapon than the windlass. I have padded shinai. I like padded shinai. Take some closed cell foam, put it along one side, and some duct tape over to hold it all together. Works out real nice, works real well. What I like about the padded shinai over regular shinai is you don't need any sort of armor or protection other than maybe like, a coat or a jacket or something at the most. You really don't even need that. And they weigh more. They feel more like a real sword. They're still not heavy enough to be a real sword, but they're a lot closer than an unpadded shinai, which is whippy light like nothing. And I've got 3 of these. This one's a little bit longer. Now I'm going to get into, I've got one more sword before I get into my sharps.